To put this card together, we're first going to start off with Neenah Solar White Cardstock. I like this stuff because it's flat, it's vibrant, and it shows my ink off or whatever I'm doing to it nicely. And it also can withstand a little bit of abuse. I am using these flat cards, which are conveniently already cut down to 5.5 by 4.25, which is the size of an A2. I went ahead and just trimmed 1/4 of an inch off of the edge to give me this base. So from here, we're going to go in with a dye ink. I'm going to use fake plant, but any dye ink would work. Then you're going to take a blending tool. You don't have to go off and get, you know, a big pack of expensive brushes. I love these dome tools by Scrapbook.com. They fit on any handle, so I always use these. I'm going to go ahead and or use these a lot of the times, I should say. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start to blend through some of this fake plant onto my card base. All right, so that's a pretty good coverage, and it's beautiful coverage, but I want to put a little bit of water on it. So I'm just gonna get my hands a little bit wet and just flick it with some water, and that'll move it around. And that's the reason why I did this dye ink, is so that it would move with water. Before I can move on to the next step, I need to make sure that this is nice and dry. So I am going to use my heated craft tool to go ahead and give this a nice dry over. From here, I'm going to go ahead and just ink the edges of it with some Archival ink. I want this to be waterproof. I don't want it to move. That's why I like Archival ink. And if you're starting off in stamping, really the best thing to do is get a nice black Archival ink. And what Archival ink is basically, it's acid-free, permanent, and waterproof. So this isn't going to move with water or anything like that. It's also going to hold up the test of time too. So now that I have that all done, I want to make sure that this is nice and dry before I move on. So I'm going to use this little static pouch. I just put a clip on it so I don't have to touch it. Basically, there's just powder in this, and if you just go over all of it, it will take away all of that extra moisture, which is super important for our very next step. For the next step, I'm actually going to be using some double-sided adhesive rolls. This is 1/8 inch and this is 1/4 inch. What is so fun about this step is that the same thing that I'm going to use to adhere my card base to my card is also going to be used to add embellishments to the card and just make it look really festive. So for this one, I want to start off first with my 1/4 inch, and I'm going to take it. Now I'm left-handed, so I need it to kind of be on its side so I can, this is kind of how I operate, but it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to use the grids that I can see through my silicone mat to help me place out some of this double-sided tape. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer it out about every, I'm going to say every 1/2 inch or snub, every 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to go this way 3/4 of an inch, and then the other way 3/4 of an inch. Once you get it all laid on the other side, you're going to go ahead and remove that as well. One little tip I have for you when doing this is the silicone mat does want to not release so easily, the paper. So what you want to do is before you lay it down, just bring the tip up on your end, and that way it'll allow you to still get that nice placement, but it will not cause your it'll not cause your tape to like fold over on itself and do things like that if you go ahead and like pick up the tip like right here. This one kind of went back on itself, but I'll get that in a minute. Here we are going to carefully pick it up like so, and we're just going to fold that adhesive over under, and we're going to use that to adhere it to our card base. And as I fold this over, let me tell you about the card base. I'm opting to use black card base. And what I did was I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it down the center to give me two A2 sizes. I don't know if you guys know that you can do that, but if you cut it down the center, you will end up with two A2 card sizes. And then you can just score the center, and there you go. So any color would work. I'm opting for black on this, but you could easily use white as well. Once you get it all folded over, it doesn't really matter what it looks like on the back. I'm going to take my piece of A2 cardstock like so, and I am just going to line it up so there's a nice mat on it and put it down. Now we get to add the glitter. This is so fun. So you're going to want to take a piece of paper on this, because you don't want to just let it go fly everywhere. And I'm going to take this like so, and I'm just going to sprinkle out a bunch of glitter. And whatever I don't use, it's totally okay, because I can put it back and save it. All right, so I'm just going to take that and sprinkle it around. Get a really nice coverage, like so. And then to seal the deal, to make sure that it's on there really good, I'm just gonna flip it over and I'm gonna pat it out and just dab it in there. And what this does is it picks up in the spots that maybe it didn't adhere to, and it also smooshes it on there real nice so that I know it's not gonna really flake off too horribly. And now we have this beautiful, fun, corky type background that we can go ahead and put our sentiment on. That's nice and festive. From here, we're gonna go ahead and stamp our sentiments, and I'm going to be using these alphabet stamps. These are a great way to start experimenting with stamping, is to use an alphabet stamp, because you can create pretty much any sentiment you want, right? And it's important that you use a platform. You'll see why when you see me stamp out the sentiment, but I want to stamp out Merry Christmas, and to get a proper alignment, you can definitely do that easier on here. And if you have to re-stamp it because you don't get a good coverage, you don't have to eyeball it. You can just pop it back over and stamp it again to get perfect placement. This is something that I use a lot when I stamp, just because I don't trust myself enough to get that crisp, clear image. So let's go ahead and make up our sentiments. Now that our sentiments are all stamped and I have them trimmed down, I'm going to go ahead and take out that black Archival ink once again, and I'm just going to ink the edges. And I'm just going to pop this in the center of the card, or what I think is relatively center. And by doing this with your foam dots, it allows for you to have a little bit extra dimension on it. So I'm going to do it right about there, and then let me get this Merry Christmas down here. I'm going to take some liquid pearls. And this is another great thing to use instead of buying expensive gems. Liquid pearls is about half the price of gems usually, and you can make your own size little pearls and it lasts a long time. And I like to work in odd numbers, so either 3 or 5. So I'm going to do 2 right here. And then I was thinking 1 up here, but now that I'm playing with it, I think I'm going to do a total of 5. So 3 up here. And this was in Carnation Red. So now you have a beautiful handmade card that you can be proud of to mail out to your friends and family. And you did it. And you also have some really great staples that can start your stamping hobby. And you're not so invested in your stamping hobby that if you decide you don't want to do it, you're not out a ton of money. All right, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Everything that I used is listed down below for your convenience. Make sure you go check it out. And Scrapbook.com always has really great deals and specials for their customers, great customer service. So go over and check them out as well. Until next time, I'm Betz Golden. Happy crafting.